Hello again, friends. It's been a while. Sorry about that. Meant to have this video up actually days ago, but, well, life can be tricky sometimes, to put it very mildly. Anyways, I am really excited to show this to you guys. You might have seen my little teaser post for it if you follow the Facebook channel. But for this KalaVlog, I wanted to do an unboxing. And this box in particular holds very special significance to me. It was the first computer game I ever bought myself with my own money. Not unlike a certain YouTuber that I really enjoy watching. So, this is King's Quest VII, the Princeless Bride. Not a popular game amongst a lot of the King's Quest fans and Sierra gamers, depending, I think, in some great degree, probably on what age you were when this came out. Now, after King's Quest VI, which is considered by most to be the best in the series, and I agree. If you've watched anything on the channel, I've probably mentioned once or twice or 100 times that King's Quest VI is my all-time favorite computer game. That being said, when I saw this in the store the day that I got it, I was super excited because I wasn't going there for a specific game or anything. I had enough money saved up from my allowances that I was allowed to get a game. So I went there with an open mind, not expecting to see anything King's Quest. At the time, I didn't even know there was one after 6, because I was only about 8 years old, and this is before we had internet, and I didn't read, computer gaming magazines, so this was a very exciting thing to see. This box is actually the second one they released for King's Quest VII. The first one you will see here represents the game a lot better, I think, than this particular box, but this box is my personal favorite because it's my box. Let's have a closer look. If I can get the light to stop reflecting off of its shiny plastic. Which, yes, we are going to open this. Now, I know that a lot of collectors, quite a few in the Sierra gaming community on Facebook and whatnot, really don't like when people open up sealed retro games like this, and I can understand why, because there are a lot of collectors who want to keep their items pristine. It's more about the collection and the collector value than, well, what's inside. So, we are going to open this, and it's probably going to trigger a flood of nostalgia for me. Heck, getting this box alone when it finally came in the mail totally brightened my day and completely switched it around, which I was having a bad day at the time, but, when I saw it, I was 8 again. Let's go ahead and tear into this, because for me, it's less about the collector value and more about the nostalgia value. Now, some people would argue that, well, you shouldn't open them because, there are only so many made and for preservation and such, whatever. But, do you have any idea how many copies Sierra must have shipped of King's Quest VII? I don't know any numbers. I could probably look it up if I wanted to be patient enough to do some Google digging. But I don't really care because I am digressing. King's Quest VII, the Princeless Bride. I have had this for over a week now, and at last I am ready to share my unboxing with you. Let's check it out. So, see, there's already a little hole here from shipping, I believe. So let's start there. It's like Christmas, man. Oh boy. It's gonna have that new game smell too, dude. I can't wait. Yeah. I can barely contain my excitement. I can't open it. Alright, dude. Let's check it out. Onto the floor with you, garbage. Save a kingdom from its fiery doom. Now, before I open the box, I should mention one more thing about that cover there. It looks pretty ominous compared to the more cartoony one, especially. You've got these dark eyes in the cloud and the volcano about to erupt over this castle, and it's a low angle, everything looks like foreboding. And I think they did that because a lot of people were put off by the cartoonish nature of this in the first release. So when they released this 2.0 Windows 95 version, I bet the marketing people were like, let's make it look cooler or whatever, you know. But that's not why I like the box. I just always thought it was a great composition, you know. Oh geez, this is awesome. Let's see, there we go. There we go. Whee! Alright, I'll set that aside for a minute. There's just something about it not having been opened. And it's like, I know what's in here too. Because, you know, I had it, but man, it's like 22 years ago now. So, this is pretty epic. Alright, so we got some inserts. Register today and you could win $1,000 in Sierra software. Plus you could get a free copy of Interaction magazine. Wow. I wonder what would happen if I like sent this in nowadays. I'd probably get like a return to sender, you know, since Sierra does not exist like this anymore. Moving on. Let's put that there. Oh wow, I forgot about this thing, almost. What this was is like a mini hint book. My sisters and I used this when trying to play the game, but it didn't really get us too far, but oh my god, look at this. There's a part of me that really wants to hang this up on my wall. That is the town of Falderal from the game. The most ridiculous place in the game, I would say. But this entire game is quite ridiculous. It's very goofy, very silly. I think they were trying to capitalize on the popularity of this new renaissance of Disney movies that was coming out at the time. You know, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin. But you know, I liked it. I liked that stuff. It's kind of Don Bluthy too. If you don't know who Don Bluth is, he's another animator from the 80s and 90s. Your introduction to adventure. Yeah, it just gets you started in the very first very first chapter in the game. So, but that's awesome. I love this thing. I have to smell it because, you know, new game smell. Ah, yes. Okay. Oh, look at this. Save $10 on Mask of Eternity. If you aren't familiar with King's Quest, you won't know how silly this is. Mask of Eternity is the King's Quest game that followed after this one, but it is, for the most part, in the Sierra community and among King's Quest fans, pretty I'm trying to say it nice, loathed. Although actually I didn't hate it, but it's not King's Quest, and it's not even a perfect game, but it's a decent little action adventure thing, if you can even get the damn thing to run. King's Quest VII, this is the Windows 95 version. They want to let you know what you can do. These are new features like, well, this one includes MS-DOS support, so that's cool. Now you can make your character move faster or slower because the characters in this game, I think, had snails for ancestors. Here we have the booklet that came with my other copy as well. You may recognize this from my PC Games collection video I did a while back. Although this one has like none of the scratches and creases and tears, yada yada. This is so cool. And last but not least, we have the disc, which I distinctly remember this disc design, which featured sort of a cloudy backdrop with the writing on it. But I haven't seen it in forever. I'm so used to the compilation disc I have of this game, because I gave this away to a friend of mine back when I lived in Washington. I must have been about 13. I traded it to him for Mask of Eternity. So, once again, you can't escape it. The Mask of Eternity. Alright guys, well this is super cool. Maybe in the future I'll actually cover this game in more detail. I know I want to cover the King's Quest series as a whole one day just because I love them, but I'll need to make sure that I can give them all the time and effort they deserve, because they are truly magical for me. And life has been hectic, so we shall see how that goes. But the channel is back, at least for now, and I'm doing my best to get back to working on the content that I've been promising all this time. So look forward to more coolness in the future. Alrighty guys, well, there is one more thing I want to look at before we go. We have a bonus game that I wanted to show you all. And I got this the same time that I ordered my new King's Quest VII. This one isn't sealed, but it is awesome nonetheless, and it's probably one of the coolest box designs for any computer game ever, in my humble opinion. This is Riven, the sequel to Myst. Now, in my other PC game collection video, you will have seen me talking about Riven and showing off my big box copy of its predecessor, Myst. And now I finally have this complete, and I am so happy to have it. I mean, this is an amazing game. While the original may be my favorite, kind of out of nostalgia, I love this game, and it is by and far, I think, superior to Myst. In my opinion, the high point of the entire series. So let's crack it open and see what's inside, guys. Well, first up, you'll recognize this if you saw that other video I keep referencing. And if not, well, we're gonna look at it again, because you know what? It deserves it. It is that cool. This is the slipcase for the 5 CD-ROM discs that came with this game, which at the time was quite a bit. This was a very big game for its time. And inside, I have this other little slipcase. You got the manual. And these are the best part of the entire package. Each individual slipcase for the discs features this awesome artwork, which depicts the main villain of the game sort of creating worlds through hubris and conquering their inhabitants. And it tells a story, especially once you play the game. You kind of can go back and look at these and sort of recognize what's going on. And I believe these images show up in the game too. Here we have one of the game's main antagonist, and the people bowing before him. So, yeah. The villain of this game, again, has kind of a god complex. Anywho, let's move these aside for now. So we got these wonderful old leaflets. Let's see. Well, sorry, I got shaky hands here. Caffeination, man. Alright. This is troubleshooting, additional options, things like that. Telling you how to swap CDs when you need to change to the next one and how to do it correctly. Now this is something super nifty that my sister and I, my fellow Myst fan in the family, can't remember if it was in her boxed copy, which is currently lost somewhere. Questions about whose hands might one day hold her Riven copy are unsettling to me. Anyways, this is, once again, some of the imagery that's on those cases, but what this is a brochure for Riven and Myst merchandise. Almost like those sideshow collectible booklets you would get in like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter DVDs or whatever. And this is pretty nifty. We gotta have a closer look at this. Let's try and hold it up to the camera here. I mean, these props are like high quality collectibles, and for Myst fans, I bet some of these would be like holy grail items. I mean, we got Gen's dagger, that's the villain. Right there. Sorry. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The bolas from the game. Hunting sickle. I mean, these are like replica props. Looks like the weapons are running from like 150, something like that. You know, costumes. You got the scribe's robe and hood, 125. I bet if you found these on eBay now, they'd be exponentially bigger than that. See, on the other side, this is pretty cool, is the character from the game, Catherine's costume, which I must say is a rather beautiful and elegant dress and vest. Honestly though, that is super cool that they have her costume. I bet that would be like a dream for Myst cosplayers to get their hands on that. Oh, and this is one I would like. 19 bucks each, 3 for 51. Wow, that's a good deal. That's the Moietti knife, which fans of the game will know the significance of that. Pretty cool though, huh? Yeah, Gen's gun. He has this spear gun in the game that he uses, and you can actually get it, so pretty hardcore. So yeah, Museum Replicas Limited. That's so cool. Yeah. It's like the brochure that was in my copy of Myst, but those were like t-shirts and mugs, you know, mouse pads probably, things like that. But I forgot about this if I saw it before, you know, which would have been back in like 2001 when we finally got to play Riven for the first time. But man, yeah, I was really excited to see that. I would love to track those down, but yeah, probably out of my price range if you can even find them. This is a ad for Red Orb Entertainment, and it shows off some of their games that they've done. They eventually were the ones who were distributing the Myst series, even though Cyan Productions at the time was still producing them. Here we got Gear for the Journey. Okay, so that's probably the you know, the t-shirts and the, oh yep, we got some books, some hats. Alright, let's have a look at these. Let's see. We have ads for the entire trilogy of books that were written to sort of serve as companions to the Myst games. Really good books, really informative on the lore of the worlds. I think I mentioned that before in my last video, but what of it? Oh, Riven hats, Myst hats, calendar, mugs. Man, I would love that Riven hat. Cool. Sweet. Order your official Riven strategy guide, hints and solutions. You will need it. Oh yes, you will. This game is hard as balls, but it is worth it, with the exception of one puzzle which actually involves balls, or marbles to be specific. That is a tough puzzle. Even Cyan, the developer, admitted that they went overboard on it. So yeah, if I play this, I will be using a walkthrough, especially at least for that part, because whew, too hard. Okay, the Brotobunch troubleshooting guide. Pretty standard stuff. Update your software automatically with oil change. What the heck is this? The easy way to keep your computer up to date, and it's especially great for gamers. Why? Because drivers, yada yada yada, who cares? Okay. And then, you know, we got the mail-in forms, stuff like that. Nothing exciting there, except that it's old and it's awesome because it came in a box. this box. So that's about it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry if the camera angle's a little wonky. Sometimes I get so into this that I'm looking at what I'm showing you guys, but not really paying attention to where it is on here, so yeah, I'll get better about that in the future, I promise. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Sorry I keep disappearing and reappearing like that ink in Roger Rabbit. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, especially those of you who enjoyed the previous PC game video that I made. If you like this kind of stuff, well, you're in luck. I hope to be doing more unboxing videos as I add to my big box PC game collection. We'll see how that goes, finances willing. Luckily, I don't usually spend too much on them, so like those previous two, they were under 30 for both of them together, and that's after shipping, so not too bad. Anyways, I want to thank you all for your support, and for those of you who have subscribed and still look forward to future videos, even when sometimes it's hard for me to look forward to making them due to life circumstances and stuff, but it's really your enthusiasm that makes it all worth it in the end. So until next time, thank you for watching KalaVlogs. I'm Kalablade the Geek. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have somewhere I need to be. See you later.